Hello, my Darren Daily friends. I have a question for you this morning. How many meetings do you have to attend each week or each day? It's probably a lot, right? It's usually what fills most of our scheduled calendar, right? And what's nuts is people who don't even have the authority to buy paper clips in the office are the ones who are calling meetings every day at an enormous cost. Have you ever asked yourself, what does a meeting actually cost you? I bet it's more than you think. So I was recently asked to sit in on somebody else's meeting recently that was attended by 12 people. The meeting lasted 2.5 hours, and that meeting cost $12,250, or $82 a minute. Well, since nobody had to write a check for that amount during the meeting, the cost went unnoticed, and that is exactly how people get fooled. It might have seemed that the meeting was free, but in fact it was very, very costly. During the meeting, I did a quick calculation. Yep, it was a boring meeting. And I added up everybody's annual salary, and then I divided it by 2,000, which is the average working hours in a year, and then multiplied that by the time that we all sat there in this meeting. The total was $4,900 an hour. By the way, what was missing from the calculation was the opportunity costs, the production that should have been taking place if those people had not been stuck in that meeting. So you need to multiply your cost by 2 now. So I took my calculation a little bit further. I then added up how much time was spent on inane social banter and the what I call sausage-making conversation, those too detailed discussions between two people that leave the other people just sort of sitting there in painful observation. Discussions that should have been taken offline. In other words, not discussed in the group meeting. The math. Every 10 minutes of unfocused, low-value conversation cost $820. Let me give you some other startling cost realities. The meeting started 6 minutes late, which cost $492. Conversation about the weather, the weekend, sports scores, that went on for 3 minutes. That cost $246. Someone got long-winded for 2 minutes. That cost $164. The time that was spent on topics that didn't pertain to even 25% of the attendees, that cost $3,062. Half the meeting was spent on low-value topics that had no outcome. The cost of that, $6,125. Decisions not summarized with responsible parties and deadlines, $12,250 cost. Now don't get me wrong, I'm a big advocate of meetings. Meetings are a critical tool for driving high growth and a high impact company. The intelligence sharing and the collaborative power is essential for driving high performance as an organization. Unless, of course, your meetings suck. Then they are soul-crushing and the leading cause of death to an organization's creative spirit and productive energy. This is such an important topic that I've prepared a productive meeting outline and an instructional video that will allow you to lead fast-paced, efficient, and highly productive meetings so you can stop tons of money from leaking out of your organization every day. You can find more information about that little special training that I have below. I highly recommend that you go and check it out and get your entire team to go through it as well. It's completely free, my gift. Imagine getting everybody on your team fully committed to fully engaged, fast-paced, high-impact, and wildly productive meetings. Think what you could accomplish getting everyone trained, focused, and on board with that commitment. Think of what you could accomplish as a team. Learning the mechanics of organizing and leading high productive meetings can radically change the entire culture of your organization and multiply the productive output of those you already have around the table. So, have great meetings today, and I'll meet you right back here tomorrow for our next highly productive meeting.